Hello everyone, this is Hellession. There's a lot of confusion about whether a player is a bot or not, and this video will be a guide to determine if a player is a bot or not. So as you already probably know, a bot is a computer player. It doesn't care if you disconnect against them or use a booster against them or surrender against them. A bot matchup happens if after the first 5 or so seconds of looking for an opponent, you find no one. But first, let's draw the differences between a bot player and a normal actual human player. Probably the most obvious difference is with the profile picture. QuizUp bots only use 1.0 only profile pictures, which are these. Hello everyone. Things have changed. Bots have apparently evolved, and they are quite a bit different now. So I'm recording on my phone right now, and let me show you what I mean by that. I'm gonna open my game history right now because I've just played for 3 hours, and let me show you what happened. So I just played for 3 hours, right? And I've spotted that I've only played one player who had a 1.0 profile picture. And I've used the API. Let me find that guy. Here we go. This is the guy. And this is a real player. This is a human player. He's level 29. No bot is that high of a level. His profile is private. So as you can see, this is a real human player. So what happened, you might ask? Is this because bots were removed? Am I playing human players? No. The answer is no, because bots have once again, as I said before, evolved. A lot of these players are bots, and now they have some random profile pictures. Most of them also have a wallpaper. Some don't, but most of them do. And anything else about them, it's the same. So they still answer at, let's look at the answers. So Android incorrectly displays it, so it's very buggy. But if you calculate how many points they get, in this case they answered when it was I think 7 seconds remaining, so they got 17 points. And bots answer at 7 to 8 seconds remaining, with sometimes it remaining 9 seconds remaining, but that's quite rare. That doesn't really happen very often. Most of the time they just answer at 7 to 8 seconds remaining. Now let's go ahead, and there are tournaments going on. I really don't know any of these topics. So that'll be a bit of a gamble. I'll lose 32k, but that doesn't matter. I have 60 million. Let's see. Name the movie. I suck at movies. I never watched any movie at all. 30,000 coins? That's weird. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I find a bot that is similar to the ones I've faced before. Let's look for an opponent. Mason! Man Francisco, level 1. He has coins similar to a bot. Which movie features the quote, "I pity the fool"? I don't know. Alright. My rank is non-existent because I lost. Okay. So let's look at this guy's profile. This is still a bot. It features many features of a bot. It has no bio. Has the title of level 5 or 10 in a random topic. Bots are generally from the US, but I don't know what it depends on. Maybe QuizUp tracks how often people play from different countries, and applies that to bots. I don't know. I faced some Indonesian bots. I faced some Brazilian bots. I faced some Dutch bots. I faced some British bots, and it's all random. I don't really know, but I don't really know the pattern behind that. So just like before, the bots have a one-word name or a two-word name. They usually try to imitate either an object or a real human being, like a real name. So you can see Sarah, Jonette, Kuwat, Sheridan, Kilson. They all try to be real life names. So yeah, but as you can see, you beat Happy. that's probably not a name. Maybe it's a name, but whatever. It's still a bot, nonetheless. So there are a few other traits. For example, bots use the chance that is public. What happened? Bots use the public chance that a human would get it right. For example, if on this question, which music disc has a black label? If a bot got it wrong, apparently people don't know this question. That'd be surprising. I don't know who plays Minecraft anymore. If it's people who actually play Minecraft or not. But anyways, if the bot got it wrong, probably means a lot of people get it wrong as well. What is the minimum population of a village required for an iron golem to spawn? I understand why someone would get this wrong. I actually didn't know this when I was studying the topic back in 2016. So I was confused. But this question, in which direction does the effective range of a beacon extend the farthest? Upwards, of course. That's very obvious. And yeah, you can see that bots use the common chance. What else can we find? Bots don't really have let's see this bot. This bot doesn't follow anyone. I can try sending them a challenge, but it will say their notifications are disabled and the bot will never respond to a challenge. I could send them a chat message, they'll never respond. They have a plain vanilla achievement for some reason all the time, and a few other achievements. They're pretty weird. And one other thing I'm interested right now is, okay, as you can see, some people have a crown. That's a real human player. Bots never have any banners. They don't show any banner. No, nor do they show any crown. They never have that. So let's keep scrolling, and let's scroll to games that happened a day or two ago, because 2 days ago there was a Minecraft tournament and I played a lot of Minecraft bots. Oh, so they have new different profile pictures as well, as you can see. They have different profile pictures as well. So every single bot has changed their profile picture. And as you can see, they are now different. It's a bit harder to tell if they're a bot. It's still possible. Profile pictures they use, like, look at this one. It seems like some kind of sculpture. Who would put a sculpture on their profile picture? Probably not many people. Not many average people would just put sculptures. Oh wait, look at this one. This bot has this one has a banner, actually. That's surprising. Really? Is this a player or not? I'm actually interested. I'll save their name for later, because right now, let me pull up Notepad. I'll save their name for later, because right now I'll show you how to actually so let's say you are in a debate and you don't know if a person is a bot or not, and you come to a point when no one you need to just have a definitive answer. You're really unsure if someone is a bot or not. Well, there is a way to prove that, there is a way to prove that, and it'll be a bit technical, but it's still possible to prove that. So now, what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look up the game with an API, with the API of QuizUp. The API is a special platform that QuizUp has. A lot of games have special platforms that just allow different platforms to download data about the game, and so that the game can be cross-platform. And QuizUp does have that as well, since QuizUp exists on iOS, Android, and browser. And we're going to use that to find out if a bot has been in a match or not, if a match has been a bot match. Now, in the game internally, bots are referred to as ghosts. So we'll probably have some kind of hints towards ghosts in the future. So let's get right into it. So right now I'm on my main page. What you have to do right now is make sure you've logged into QuizUp.com. Go into the browser version of QuizUp and make sure you log in. I'm logged in, it's all fine, and everything works. Now the next step, so now we need to find the game, and in order to address the game and look up the game, here's the link. I'll talk about it right now. The link is quizup.com/API/games/ and then the game ID. And the game ID is a bunch of numbers and letters. It's random for each match. What this means is that you actually have to know the game ID. You need to know the game ID somehow. You don't know that from typical QuizUp, so you have to find a way to actually find the game ID. So there's two ways. One a more simple way, another one is more complicated. So let's go with a simple way because it has a huge drawback. The simple way will take advantage of the game history tab right here. So when you load the main page of QuizUp on browser, you'll get the 4 recent matches downloaded. You can right click and click inspect, and you'll have this will open this kind of tab which allows you to do very different kind of stuff, but right now we're interested in the elements tab. This opens the HTML contents of the web page that's been downloaded, and what we need to do is since you've right clicked somewhere here, it should have opened up immediately in some kind of object related to the game, and look at the object, and as you can see there's Spain, data, React ID, equals, and then a bunch of stuff here. We're interested in this entire thing because this contains the game ID of this specific game, and the game ID starts with starts at as you can see 0.3.1.0.4.1 and then the game ID starts, and it continues until the next dot. So what we can do is we can double click and it will allow you to edit this. You can now go ahead and copy this string, and now you've got your game ID. Now you can go ahead, put this in here, and the game will load. Now before I'll explain how to actually find out whether this is a bot match or not, I'll go over the next method, which is in this case using the QuizUp API itself. This is a better approach. I mean, in this case it's a better approach because it allows you to load any match in history. So you need to go open a new tab, make sure you're still logged in, quizup.com/API/games/history/complete. Here we go. Now in both of API pages you'll see a bunch of text. This is JSON. JSON is kind of a way to save data that makes it readable for humans, but also makes it readable for computers. And this is a pretty good way to store data, and QuizUp uses that in the API. So we have downloaded the list of most recent games. I think if you don't include any arguments here, this downloads 25 most recent games. So now you are looking at this text and asking, what should I do? The answer is You see, this text is hard to read because JSON ignores spaces or new line characters whenever it's unless they are in a string. So so this means we can add spaces or new lines as long as we're not inside a value. So this is one of the benefits of JSON. You can just go ahead and copy that. There are websites which make reading JSON files a lot easier, and this is called beautifying a JSON, or in other words, formatting it. So let's go ahead and open one of these websites I commonly use, which is jasonformatter.org. And in this case, I already have something in here, but this is irrelevant. I'm going to use this one. So go ahead and copy this entire thing. You can use Control A and put this in here. Put in the left window. Now in the right window, you'll actually sort and, as you can see, format or beautify the string that you've inputted on the left. And as you can see, you can now read the games. So because this sorts from the latest, the most recent game to the oldest game, the first game is the most recent game. It should be at least the most recent game. Sometimes it doesn't appear or doesn't show most recent games, which is weird. But in this case, it does, and it works fine. So now you can read into the values. Async is irrelevant. Async stands for if it's asynchronous or not, if someone went first. But there are three values in this case that are relevant. First of all, challengee and challenger. So challengee and challenger have information about two players that played against each other. One of these should be you. One of these should be you, and you should see yourself somewhere here. The other one is an opponent. Now, whether or not you appear in challengee or challenger doesn't matter. In this case, I appear in challenger, but it doesn't matter really. So what we're interested now is you can start looking for challengee and challenger. As you can see, there is another game right here. This is the second game, and they'll keep popping up. If you can't find the game and think the game you're looking for is older, scroll to the bottom and you'll find paging, and it has a link for the next page. You can copy that and put this after /API, and here you go. This is 25 older games. You can now look up even older games and find whatever you want. Now, what we're looking for is ultimately the game ID. As you can see, this is the game ID, and on the right you can see a random combination of letters and numbers. You have to go ahead and copy that, put this here, and load it up. Here you go, you found your game. So now we found our game, and now you want to finally determine if it's a bot match or not. Now games contain, the API gives you a lot of information about games. It gives you exact time when someone answered, gives you information about a player in the topic. Let me show you. So this is individual players, right? So there's answers from the player, and now you can find topic stats, topic_stats. This contains a lot of interesting information. It displays, it's given to you through the API even if you request a profile, but you can find this one with games even if the guy you played against is private. So this contains the information about average response time, average XP is average score, the amount of games they played, etc, etc, etc. So finally, I haven't talked about this yet, but here is the value we're looking for. Ghost_match. If on the right you see true, this was a bot match. This was a bot. Ghost_match, if you see on the right of it true, this was a bot. If it's false, then it was a human player. So this is how you prove if it was a bot or not. I'm sorry it took this long. I just like to go over everything and explain it in detail. I hope it wasn't too hard or too slow. So now let's find our person we were interested in, the recent game history should contain the name of a player. So if you just go ahead and search up this name, it didn't find it right now, so let's go back 25 games. Maybe here it will be found. Here we go, we found them. Now let's actually go here and look this up again and find this name here again. Oops, that's wrong. Here we go. Here we go, we found them, and the game is 747. Alright, let's copy this here, let's load this game up. And now, okay, it shouldn't do that. Now let's find Ghost Match True. So this was a bot, even though it had a title, a banner, which is interesting. This is a pretty interesting bot. Never seen one like that. Their ID is 205. Let's look them up in the browser. This is how you look up. They still do have this banner, which is interesting. I've never seen a bot with a banner before, but apparently they do have a banner. I don't know, maybe bots have a banner sometimes. Maybe, I don't know if it matters or not. In this case, they did have a banner, which is interesting. Anyways, I hope this unedited, unscripted video helped in understanding who is a bot and who is not a bot. I made a whole script. I was working on audio before to explain whether a player is a bot or not, because it was confusing to many players before. Now it's probably even more confusing, but hopefully this video, even if it's just rambling and unscripted, hopefully it can explain the detail and explain whether someone is a bot or not. So thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.